people are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time.
Welcome to What's Left podcast on the Derealization Nation Media Network.
I can't afford Mountain Dew! Okay? The economy's rough right now! Obama!
Miners, I love miners.
And now, your hosts.
Hey, that's us. It's John, it's Jake, it's Brad on the Derealization Media Network. Thanks for watching, listening, liking, sharing, subscribing. Especially, I cannot tell you guys how much it means. I know, everybody asks you to like and subscribe, but for such a small outlet like us, every like, every comment, every share, every hype, every membership, every 5-star review, it all helps so much. And we cannot thank you enough for how much this thing is growing. It's all because of you. So there's a lot going on, got the whole war thing and all kinds of shit, but we don't like to lose focus, right? Because everybody knows and everybody agrees, I believe, that the reason that we are here is because Epstein files, right? Absolutely. So,
Without a doubt.
all right. So this reporter here, she does great work. You can find her at the Courier. And she's going to tell us a little bit about what's been going on in the world of Epstein.
Newsflash, the Epstein class is still thriving in Donald Trump's America. Not hiding, not disgraced, not exiled. And nowhere was that clearer than this month when Trump envoy Paualo Zampoli and accused sex trafficker Andrew Tate appeared together around the 2026 Milken Institute Global Conference, America's business class Davos, where CEOs, financiers, politicians, and global power brokers gather to celebrate leadership and innovation. Just two accused bros hanging with America's top CEOs and financiers, backslapping each other about their access to money and power. Think about what that image represents. A Trump-connected envoy joking around with a man accused by prosecutors and multiple women of choking and trafficking. A Trump pal who used his connection to ICE to deport his inconvenient ex, and a misogynist influencer whose effect on teen boys around the world is so malignant that educators have held seminars about it. Welcomed into the orbit of elite American business culture by a Trump administration official. Maybe we should not be surprised. The conference is named after convicted Wall Street felon Michael Milken, a man who did the crime and served the time. A very small amount of time for a big crime, kind of like a guy named Jeff, who then rebuilt his reputation through elite networking. And that's the model now. The mansion may be closed, and Jeffrey Epstein may be dead, but the ecosystem Epstein thrived in, money, misogyny, intimidation, and influence, is still flourishing in plain sight. The Epstein class was never just one man. It was a culture where wealth erases consequences and elite access matters more than morality, where women are second-class citizens and high-end traffickers always find another conference, another private jet, and another VIP lounge waiting for them. In 2026, in Trump's America, that culture isn't disappearing. It's still networking.
It's fucking thriving is what it's doing. It's fucking thriving.
We haven't held anyone accountable.
Not a single person.
John Huston's about to win his fucking election in Ohio. You know he is.
With Wexner money.
Yeah, with Wexner money. The guy who voted not to release the Epstein files. These dumb inbred Ohioans are definitely going to vote him back in. I know they are.
Yeah, I don't think Sherrod Brown has a chance. I really like Greg Levy for Senate, but with him and Sherrod Brown splitting the vote,
yeah,
there's no shot. And also, I just don't think, I don't know. I maybe there is enough of a way for Sherrod to get that nomination, but I just don't know. Jake, what do you know about Andrew Tate?
I know he has a podcast, and I know it's nothing I would ever look up or care to even come across.
Well, did you know that he is best friends with the Trump boys as well?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know,
Brad, we saw him at the MMA fights. You think he's showing up at the fight on the lawn?
Oh, dude, the prophecy of idiocracy is almost complete, dude.
Almost. Jake, do you have the picture of the lawn?
Oh my god.
Did I send that to you?
Dumb as fuck.
They're constructing it today. Did you see it? It looks like a fucking roller coaster.
Also, while we're talking about John Huston, I'm not voting for Sherrod Brown. I'm voting for Levy for Senate. Yeah. And I know he's not going to win, but I'm done voting for people that don't actually want to help me.
And Sherrod Brown has taken APAC money and lots of it.
Done with that. See ya. I got no time for it. I'm not voting for any of them anymore. It's already going down in flames. We need to send a message.
Yeah. It's clear that over and over again we just keep getting disappointed by these people. Jake, I'm sending it to you now, a separate one. so you can put it up. But yeah, it's we're just sick and fucking tired of being you know, bamboozled by these motherfuckers. And I didn't even really like hate Sherrod Brown all that much pre uh, realization of genocide. I thought he did a pretty decent job for Ohio. But also we've always been fed this lie that, like, this is the best we can have because it's Ohio and you have to have this bum ass version of a Democrat. Otherwise we can't have a Democrat. So yeah. Here it is. This is the picture of the fucking White House South Lawn. It's like a goddamn roller coaster. You know what really pisses me off about this too is that there are people, like, if you are a UFC fan, right? There may be a fight happening at this particular UFC that you want to watch. There are no tickets available to the general public. And I think that's just a slap in the face to, like,
Oh yeah, dude. People can't feed their kids. They're hosting a private UFC event.
General public in? They're not letting the general public, John. That was funny that you thought that they were doing this for the general public. That is hilarious for you to think that they wanted to just throw this for the general public to enjoy.
Listen, I don't think so, but obviously the general public thinks that this was like their circus, right? This is supposed to be like, Rome, like the Roman circus. You think it's like them throwing bread and gladiator fights to the peasants, but it's not. It's not even that. Like, it's less than that. Like, they get to stand outside and watch it on a screen from a couple hundred yards away.
Yeah, this is just a let them eat cake moment, dude.
I guess, Jake, you're right. I got a little. They got me.
Yeah,
they got me.
They fooled you good.
That's crazy. That, like, after all of this time, sometimes you still think like you don't see one coming.
I like how you said, like, we're compared to Rome, but you didn't even put us as, like, people sitting in the stands. We are outside the fucking Coliseum.
No, seriously. No, you're not allowed in. There's no tickets. You can't even buy your way in. Not only is it not free, like, you can't even buy your way in. Like, but I guarantee you Andrew Tate will be there. I'd bet money on that. As was the Cauchy prediction market on that one. So war in Iran stuff. Let's talk about that real quick.
I'm ready. Run it.
All right. So, the United States, obviously, the peace deal blew up just like we said it would. Literally at no point in time on this program have you ever heard us say that Trump says there's a peace deal and therefore there is a peace deal. He's stuck. Iran has the upper hand. We lost this war. That's what you've heard us say, and that's where we're at still. Iran is dictating terms, meeting with other countries, basically ignoring all of anything that has anything to do with the United States. And we know that the United States can't make a peace deal because of Israel. Now, here's Ben-Gvir saying just that. I think I would have to translate this, so bear with me. Mr. Ben, do you think that a bad agreement for Israel like the one that Trump is likely to bring against Iran will be harmed in bloc coming up in the upcoming elections? First of all, there's something called the real thing, which is the human life. A bad agreement for the state of Israel can harm human life. I know that Prime Minister Netanyahu and all of us, members of the cabinet, both the small cabinet and large cabinet, as the government of Israel, cannot allow this to happen. But this is a bad agreement. This is an agreement that can harm the state of Israel, and we will not allow this to happen. A bad agreement will not happen if it cannot happen, because in the end, the agreement is bad. It has nothing to do with the elections or the animal. It has everything to do with it being a bad deal. So, can't allow it, guys. We're not allowed. We're not allowed to have peace because of Israel. That's what, and that, by the way, is the same bozo who was berating the flotilla activist. So,
yeah, the same Israel that has blackmail on our president for raping children.
Yep, 100%. They get to do whatever they want because of that. Because there's no way, like,
same with all these elites. I mean, no one's going to stand up and say no.
No. Nope. Trump was out there saying, like, oh, everybody's gonna get together and join the Abraham Accords and become allies with Israel. He called it a mandatory request. Anybody know what the fuck that means? a mandatory request. If you ever mandatory request, it's sort of like if you're in rehab and like you don't have to go to group, but if you also want to stay in rehab, you should probably go to group. Kind of a mandatory request. They ignored that mandatory request, by the way, because not because obviously none of the Gulf states have really stood up for Palestine to date, but there's a lot of political pressure to not be involved, like to not be directly involved in like aiding Israel with murdering Palestinians, as much as there can be in those oppressive governments. But there is still political pressure that comes from the people in there, and like it's a horrifying red line. Like you just imagine like if here in Pennsylvania they were wiping out Ohio and we were like didn't say anything about it, it'd be weird not to say anything about it, not to have an opinion. So or to
At
side
least
with
speak out, right?
right. Or but like of all the things, like side with the people who were eliminating Ohio, that would be like unconscionable. So that's what you're basically asking these people to do. So no, obviously they're not going to do that. And basically Iran is saying, listen, the United States can't help you. The bases are gone. The security that the United States gives you is not real. It can't be real. And he's right. Like that's what Khomeini is right about that. Like there is nothing that the United States can offer them. And I think it's sort of a veiled threat to Israel too. Like all of your protection around you is gone now.
We spent $1 trillion on our defense budget, and we suck at war.
Yeah, we
Like,
really
what the
do.
fuck? What are we spending all this? That's how you know it's just a slush fund. We're just paying people absurd amounts of money to fill these contracts.
Yeah, it's all the wrong tools for the job, you know. We have a bag full of uh, you know, circular saws and just circular saws. You know, we have nothing else. So we don't not a screwdriver, there's not a
Right.
hammer, there's nothing. And they're just fucking taking us to task. It's a golf bag full of drivers, our military, and there's not one other club in the
Just
bag.
so much money is just fucking wasted. I get so mad thinking about how much money is just spent, just wasted.
You should. Jake, throw up the the SpaceX one, please. All right. So SpaceX has been granted another 2.29 billion with a B dollar contract from the US Space Force. Uh this post from Alluring says Musk empire was built with welfare from the American taxpayers and fools dumb enough to believe in his lies. No problem with welfare as long as it's for an almost trillionaire. This is the guy who's on his way to be a trillionaire, and we're giving him another
Dude, we
2.29
love
billion.
welfare.
Love
We
it.
love corporate welfare. We fucking love it.
We also
It's our
love crashing
jam. He
rockets.
pays no taxes.
Yeah. Yes, we do love allowing him to fucking explode rockets.
Because it literally went into the ocean. It literally went like right in. They are wasting this money like no other.
Yeah,
It is crazy.
they sent a fucking skyscraper full of hot burning trash into the Indian Ocean. It cost billions of dollars and $14 billion, and they called it a success. A success. They sent a pile of smoldering garbage into the Indian Ocean, the size of a cruise ship, and said, hey, what a win. Way to go. Privatization of the Space Force or the space was the dumbest fucking thing that ever one of the dumb things that happened during the Obama presidency.
Really bringing to light that we never made it to the moon.
I can't today. I can't.
You're lucky it's Tuesday, John. You're lucky it's Tuesday.
Because it's seeming very fishy that people can't seem to get another rocket that high up.
Well, look who's fucking running the show. Okay, the first time they got the rocket on this, when they got the rocket to the moon, black women were doing the mathematics. Now we have AI and Elon Musk. That's the difference. That's the
I mean, they
difference.
steal everything else from black people. I'm sure they stole those numbers.
And make it worse. And make it worse. Like they take it and they make it worse. And that's what they've done with the space program. It's no different than the rest of history. It's just fucking, let me take this and make it a worse version of what we already had. All right, and then just again, so this crazy the survey came out again, a poll in Israel about, if people support what's going on, the genocide of Palestine. And it was over 82% of the country supports what's going on in Palestine. And here is just this video that I found absolutely gobsmacking. So buckle up. Here we go.
Sie bieten mir direkt ihr mitgebrachtes Fernglas an. May I ask you why you come here?
We live in Sderot.
Yes.
And we come to see it.
And how do you feel about it?
Very good. All destroyed.
You think it's good, yeah?
Yeah? Very good.
Von hier aus kann man bis nach Beit Hanun in Gaza sehen. Nahezu alles liegt
Almost
im
everything
Schutt
lies
und
in rubble and
Asche.
ashes.
Bis heute wurden
Date, at least
mindestens
72,000 Palestinians have been
72.000
killed.
Palästinenser getötet. Es ist unklar, wie viele
It's unclear how many
Leichen noch
bodies
unter
still
den
lie
Trümmern liegen.
under the rubble.
Hamas from the bottom.
You mean even in the belly?
Yeah. It's Hamas.
Ich bin in Israel an der Grenze zu
I'm
Gaza.
in Israel at the border
Auf
of
diese
Gaza.
Aussichtsplattform
Tourists come to
kommen
this
täglich
observation
Touristen,
platform every
manchmal
day,
in ganzen
sometimes an
Reisegruppen.
entire tour
Is
groups.
there also a part
There's
of
also
you
part of you.
feel sorry for the people?
I think that all the people over there want to kill me, want to kill my child, want to kill our people. So no, we cannot live together.
So it can't be both, you mean?
No, no,
Do you make a difference between Hamas and civilians?
all the same. I think all the same. There is no innocence. It's Hamas.
All of them.
Yeah. Sorry for the kid in Gaza.
Ich treffe hier auch viele junge Menschen.
I also meet
Für
many
diese
young people
drei
here.
ist der Besuch
For
der
these three, the
Plattform
visit to the
einfach
platform
ein
is simply a
schöner
nice
Sommerausflug.
summer excursion.
Why are you here? To see?
Yeah, yes.
And how do you feel about it?
Good, very good.
Yeah. Why?
Oh, these terrorists.
Begegnungen wie diese zeigen mir, wer nur noch
Whoever
das
can only see
Leid
the
der
suffering
eigenen Seite
of their own
sehen
side
kann,
runs the
läuft
risk
Gefahr, seine Menschlichkeit
of losing
zu
their
verlieren.
humanity. Don't run the risk. They've lost the plot entirely. The kids really blew my mind.
Dude, Israel is really running a psyop to make them believe that every Palestinian is a member of a terrorist organization hell-bent on ending them, while simultaneously actually being a terrorist organization that is ending the people of Palestine.
Yes. It's wild. It is so fucking effective. I mean, it's crazy. They brought fucking the goggles, the glasses, everything. It's a rot that's happening over there, and I just don't know. Obviously, they don't believe that they can live together, and I tend to agree with them. I think we just have a different idea of what should happen in the end. I'm not for a two-state solution. That's not even a real thing. Like, it's got to be one state, one person, one vote, and actual democracy. That's what has to happen there. And whether or not, I don't know, a lot of people in Israel need to be charged as the war criminals they are. So here's grifter Megyn Kelly talking about the grift of the Trump presidency. Now, not but a couple of months ago, we featured her because she was out here protecting pedophiles by saying, well, they were 15, so they're practically grown. So just to remind everybody who she is. And just to tell you that, these right-wingers like Tucker Carlson have absolutely no fucking moral compass whatsoever. Here she is talking about having a sudden realization about the Trump administration.
I have to be honest, I didn't expect the corruption to be quite as, widespread as it's been, and like the self-dealing and the lining of his and his family's pockets. Like, that's been a little shocking.
Talking
and
billions
I just
of
didn't
dollars.
expect Trump to be so disrespectful of his base.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what, Megan? I got to push back a little bit because Trump didn't take a salary while he's president. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. I mean, you look at like across the board of the Trump family, and I've never seen a family get so rich off of a presidency.
Right.
And it happened at the same time as we now have a Supreme Court ruling that basically says any official act he takes while in the White House is protected.
Right.
And those two things are, seem to be giving him some sort of a hall pass that could very much get abused.
No shit, Meg. No shit.
Yeah, like, is he compromised by Israel? 100%, absolutely, definitely. Is he still 100% self-serving at the same time? Also, 100% definitely. Two things can be true at the same time. He
Yep.
is compromised by Israel, but he has never cared about anybody but himself.
No, never will. Hey, so Jake, throw up those ones about the crypto bill, please, from Zateo.
Cool. This bipartisan crypto bill could make Trump family Vanderbilt level rich.
As Donald Trump loots the U.S. Treasury Department and wages an illegal war in Iran that is devastating American finances, Congress is preparing a risky new gift for the Trump family and the billionaire crypto executives who are buying U.S. elections. On May 14th, the Senate Banking Committee passed the Clarity Act legislation that would place light touch regulations on cryptocurrencies and crypto platforms and encourage banks to invest in, trade with, or separate on risky crypto assets.
Trump is perhaps the world's best connected crypto insider and might be its biggest bandit. In just the first 6 months of his presidency, Trump and his family brought in an estimated $800 million from their crypto ventures. The president has already signed one weak industry-backed crypto regulation bill this term, and his family stands to benefit further under the Clarity Act. Fantastic.
The crypto industry dumped $260 million into its own super PAC network during the 24 election cycle to spend on primaries and elections, and made big donations to pro-Trump and Republican super PACs too. The crypto industry came out of 24 with what it wanted: a GOP trifecta in Washington, new crypto-friendly regulators, and already one deregulatory law so far.
And they can get this bipartisan effort done because the same PACs, the same crypto PACs, donate to Democrats as well, including, it appears, Jasmine Crockett, who has been now just going around boosting not only anti-Hassan Piker, Hassan Piker deserved it fucking tweets, but also candidates who take crypto money or APAC money, like All Red, just some of the worst candidates. All Red in Texas, like Colin All Red should have already dropped out of that Senate race. That's just or congressional race, whatever he's in. He's sucks. He's ran 1,500 times. Like, enough is enough. Actually, probably just
I hope that they fucking expose her. I'm glad that Tallarico took her spot.
Yeah, honestly, like there's always suspicion on this show about who she was. We root for anybody who's like actually takes the fight to them, and she was good at that. And but she was also clearly in the APAC pocket. All right. So let's leave it with this. Guys, here is something I want to bring to y'all's attention. This is, I don't, maybe you guys have seen this guy before. His name is like Neil McCoy or something like that. He is a I don't know. He's an influencer. Pure Joy McCoy. He's got a lot of videos like that, and I want you to be dead honest with me. Was Nazi the first thing that came to mind when you watched that video?
No, it was not.
What was it?
Not Nazi. I take a flag to every rally I go to.
What is it? I'm curious.
What was the first thing that came to mind then? What was the first thing that came to your mind, Jake?
Embarrassing straight white men. Like immediately, like avoiding eye contact. Do not give him any attention because that's all they want. Like
overly enthusiastic dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you have to do is scowl at them and be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" You really gotta hit their ego where it really hurts, and just like put them down.
there's a video of him where he's like had an interaction with like the Starbucks employee who's like, I don't like your videos, and he like you could tell it just like ripped the soul from him.
Yeah.
Just ripped the soul from him. Like that for me, like the first thing that comes to mind is like you are such a privileged moron. Like you have no idea like what's happening in this country. You're just gonna prance around the street with the American flag while people are being ripped from their families and shipped off to countries they've never been to, uh, places languages they don't speak, being held in detention centers. Like you're just a piece of shit. That's what I have for you. So yeah, piece of shit, Nazi. Yeah, that comes to mind eventually, but not until I find out what your politics are. Privilege was first. Once I found out your politics, then I realized you're also a Nazi. All right. Well, that's all the time we got. Thanks for watching, listening, liking, sharing, subscribing, all the things you do to make the Derealization Nation a real thing. Really do appreciate all you guys, all our old friends and new friends. And until next time, I'm John.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
If I wanted to create a new world order and create one central currency, I would start by allowing American banks to invest in cryptocurrency.